So with the Switch 2 coming out, we really don't have a lot of new releases for the Switch 1. I mean, yeah, we got Rhythm Heaven and stuff, but it's really a end of an era, really. So I would like to go through my Switch retrospective and stuff that really was sentimental to me from the Switch. I was in high school when the Switch started, and I didn't get it at launch. But a month after, GameStop started selling bundles, and I got my original Nintendo Switch with Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Of course, these aren't my original copies. I just bought the ones with the DLC, yada yada yada. You get the point. Now, Breath of the Wild, I was like, I wasn't a big fan of it. Breath of the Wild is definitely not my type of game. I am not really of the survival game type. And that's what Breath of the Wild really felt like. It more felt like a survival game than something like a Zelda game, which it's fine for people who do like that. It's just not my thing. Now, Mario Kart 8, on the other hand, this game is awesome. I freaking love Mario Kart 8, especially with the DLC. Great game. Great game. Played a ton of this at launch, and yeah. And then I started to get more games. Like one of the first games was an import of Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, which I freaking love. This game is amazing. I can't believe this didn't get an English release at all. But this game is awesome, and y'all should play it. It's basically combining two games, Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. And Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is a lot better, in my opinion. I feel like it's one of the better games. Dragon Quest Heroes 1 is more like a Warriors game, but Dragon Quest Heroes 2 has a more open world sort of thing. Now for the sad part. Toys R Us closed down during the Switch 2's launch year, and the last game I got was Disgaea 5 Complete. This isn't the one that I got. I got an English copy, but yeah, it's really sad that Toys R Us, this was the last game I got from Toys R Us. It's a great game. I still need to complete it, but yeah, it's really fun. If y'all like strategy RPGs, I definitely recommend the Disgaea series. It's really fun. Now, the reason why I bought a Switch 2 at launch was for one game. And y'all are probably gonna hate me about this, but Xenoblade 2, not a fan. I think this game is horrible, actually. It's not what I wanted. I think story and combat-wise is definitely not what I wanted from a Xenoblade game. So, yeah, I'm not going to say anything else because people are probably going to hate on me for that. So, yeah. Next is Xenoblade Definitive Edition, since we're already talking about Xenoblade. I'm happy that they released this. I'm not a fan of the 3D models. I think the 3D models are kind of goofy. I wish they kind of just made the game in HD and didn't really change much. But whatever, it's fine. Now, for my one of my favorite rhythm games is Taiko no Tatsujin. This got a Switch release, I believe only in Japan and Asia at the beginning, but I think it did get a US release later on. And this was really fun. It got a bunch of DLC, like Vocaloid DLC, and that was originally how I wanted to play Hatsune Miku songs on the Switch. Spoiler alert, Hatsune Miku did come out on the Switch, and we'll get to that because I was like really happy for that. Next is Dragon Quest XI. Dragon Quest XI, I really like. This is probably my favorite Dragon Quest game. It is amazing, and if y'all like JRPGs and stuff, I recommend Dragon Quest. Any of them are fine. Just get into Dragon Quest. They're really fun. Now, for a bad game, My Hero Academia is one Justice. Another game I imported because it came out earlier from the English release. And I kind of regret it. The character selection is not that big. I think it's only like 16 characters or something, actually. I don't know if it says anywhere. But yeah, it's not a lot of characters. The story mode, it literally just covers halfway through season 2, so it doesn't capture like season 1 and the first half of season 2. It literally starts at the Stain arc and then ends with the big spoiler and I don't want to get into it, but it is important to the story. So I would like you to play this. If you give a shit about My Hero, you already know how this ends. So yeah. Speaking of Bandai Namco fighting games that are actually good, Naruto Storm. These are amazing ports of the PS4 games and PS3 games. So yeah, I recommend getting these. These are actually really nice. I believe they're digital only, but the Japanese versions are physical, and they're really, really nice. These versions of the game. They aren't the prettiest version, but they do capture the PS4 versions really well. Yeah, I recommend these versions. And now for some of my favorite things I like from this. Steins Gate Elite. I remember I was at a local mom and pop shop during the launch of this game. Well, they didn't have like a midnight launch or anything, but I'll get to it. But I was in like on vacation, and they had this on a shelf. I'm like, I really want that. And I remember it. They literally broke Street Day for this, so I got before the game launched. And while I was on my way home, I just played the whole thing from the. I just played through. I didn't play through the whole thing because obviously not. I was just playing through, and I was deep into this. This was probably one of my favorite visual novels. So yeah, that's Steins Gate. Get into it. Hatsune Miku Project Diva, Eva Mega 39s. I'm kind of torn on this because this is the first game on Switch. It's probably the most accessible version right now with it on PC and Switch. And I remember waking up and Project Diva. I remember getting a recommendation for the Hatsune Miku Project Diva channel that said like the future of Project Diva, and they announced this version of the game. I literally was like, when they it was in Japanese, and at the time I couldn't understand Japanese. It's like, I kind of heard Nintendo Switch, but I'm like, don't tell me it's a Nintendo Switch. That would never happen. And then it zoomed out and showed the game playing on Switch. I'm like, oh my god, it's actually happening. I literally screamed. Like, at 6 a.m, I screamed. So yeah, very good game. With the DLC, I feel like it is worth it, but without the DLC, it's kind of just a mid version of a Future Tone. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe y'all would like this if you got the DLC. I don't know. I like it because I get to play Project Diva portably. So yeah. So, Sonic Frontiers, I played a bunch on Switch. I actually beat the game on Switch. This is probably one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. And y'all should play this. This is an amazing game. The world is amazing. People say it's sort of dead, but I really like the world design and all of that. Especially like near the end. The boss fights are amazing. The music is so good. So yeah, definitely give Sonic Frontiers a try. And this is around the time where I started watching more Japanese YouTubers and stuff. And I've never been a big Pokemon fan. And when Scarlet and Violet first came out, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's another Pokemon game. And I heard like bugs and stuff, and like, yeah, I wasn't gonna get it. My brother is huge into Pokemon, so of course he got it. But then I was watching a bunch of Japanese YouTubers play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I'm just like, man, I gotta get this game. This game looks extremely fun. So I did. I mainly played Violet first, and Violet is really fun. If y'all love Pokemon, and you were kind of turned off from the glitches and stuff, I say give it a shot again. The story is amazing. And yeah, it's probably the best story in Pokemon. So yeah, I recommend giving it a shot. So yeah, that's my Switch retrospective. Now with the Switch 2 coming out and with me getting a pre-order, I'm kind of sad that it's ending. The Switch is my biggest collection of games aims it, and I'm kind of sad to see it go. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye bye.